Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your brother Yezreela from the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous, who are the biblical Israelites. And before we start, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakadash, that Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya, it's Yahweh, the creator of all, the ancient of days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahushai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, ignorantly speaking. And we give double honor to our elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways giving the 100% truth. Shalom to you. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. They're about to be saved. Shalom to you. And shalom to the speckled birds who are among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. So what are we going to be speaking about? We're going to be speaking about the Passover, because we are in the time of the Passover right now, and we're also experiencing a blood moon that coincides with the Passover and the Shabbat, which is spiritual. And we're going to go over the last Passover of Yahushua Mashiach, our King. And let's go read a little bit of his last hours. This is Matthew 26:2. You know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas, and consulted that they might take Yahushua by subtlety and kill him. But they said, not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar among the people. Right, because the what you would call the Passover is a high holy day, which all Israelites have to partake in, right? And I'm just hitting the high points here. You can read this whole chapter 26 if you want. I'm just hitting the points. That way we can get some understanding. Verse 17, now the first day of the feast of the unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yahushua, saying unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, go into the city to such a man that say unto him, the master saith, my time is at hand, and I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples. And the disciples did as Yahushua had appointed them, and they made ready the Passover. Verse 21, and as they did eat, he said, verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And this is telling this in front of the 12 disciples, the men he chose. And they were exceedingly sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? He said unto him, thou hast said. For this is my blood. So he's showing you the Passover, the real Passover, not where bunnies lay eggs, which Christians, that's a pagan holiday. Okay? It's just so you know that all these Christians are fake Christians. They don't do anything the Lord does. They don't do Passover. They do Easter, which is a pagan holiday. Okay? For this is the blood of the New Testament. Okay? Because he's eating the Passover, which represents the lamb, the lamb that was given for the sins. Now, there's something from the time of Egypt. This was a foreshadowing of him coming for the nation of Israel and spilling his sins. That's why you have to get a sheep that is unblemished, and it has to be pure. Okay, and then it has to be slaughtered And then that blood went where? On the doorway, because he is what? He is the way, he is the door. Okay? And again, this is all foreshadowing from the Exodus from Egypt. And here we are once again, the Israelites in captivity one more time, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt here, and which we would call America. Okay? For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day that I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom, right? Because that's an oath he made that he's not going to drink wine until his kingdom is established on earth. So that's when he's going to drink again, when the kingdom, when he comes back and he establishes the kingdom. Verse 31, then said Yahushua unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall scatter abroad. And that was foretold in the book of Daniel. The abomination was going to come, and the desolation, which you could read in Matthew 24. And then what's also there in Matthew 24, two-sided, so that's mentioned. And then what's mentioned after the 70 AD, the destruction of Jerusalem by the Roman Empire, which is the Edomites, okay, so-called Caucasian people. So they have a lot to answer for. But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee. Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crows, thou shalt deny me thrice. So this is Peter he's talking about. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples, right? Because it's easy to say one thing, but it's a hard thing when you're under pressure, when you're in prison, when what do they call it, when they're turning the screws on you, right? Verse 36, then comes Yahushua with them unto the place called Gethsemane, and said unto the disciples, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter and 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Why? Because his humanity was hitting him. He was fine. He's like, this is it. We're in the final hours. Everything I had that was written of me has to be fulfilled, including the crucifixion. So he was feeling fearful. He was feeling human. Man, I'm going to have to, whipped and kicked and beat up and crucified. I don't know, man. That don't sound fun at all. I mean, who wants to sign up for this kind of stuff, right? Then said he unto them, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me, right? Because that's who you want. When you're feeling down, you want your friends to be with you, man. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. And nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. So he's basically saying, is there any other way this could be done? But thy will be done? And he cometh unto the disciples, and findeth them asleep, and said unto Peter, what, could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Right? Because you have to understand, they had to prepare for the Passover, and that takes a long time to get all the everything ready, the meat, the unleavened bread, the bitter herbs, and then you got to cook it, right? And you have to have the wine as well. So preparing that and then eating it, really you start getting worn down eating all that meat, all that lamb. The digestion wears you down, right? So that's when you experience this. Now you understand why these men were tired. Remember, this is talking about the AM. This is talking about the next day, because what is the Passover? When the sun goes down till the sun comes up. Okay, that's the time of the Passover. And watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak, right? And that's why it's important that's part of our heritage to fast. Why? Because fasting, you connect to the spirit. Okay? When we're in this society, everybody here has buffets, are constantly eating. You have fast foods, you have a delivery hub, and everything. You have everything at your touch of your hands that can be delivered at your house. Ice cream and everything you would want, from beer and everything. So it's good to fast, and deny your body this so you can connect to the spirit. Right? And when you connect into the spirit, you connect more to the Father and to the Son. That's why it is important to do these things, these rituals, which is part of our heritage that we must do. Verse 42, he went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were very heavy. And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then cometh he to his disciples and said unto them, Sleep on now and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of thy sinners. Right? Because this would happen is going to happen to the brethren. The brothers that are laboring in this truth. They're going to have to be betrayed. Remember that the servant is not greater than the master. So if the master went through it, we have to go through it. We have to endure to the end, right? Because let's say they start turning the screws on us. What's going to be? Are we going to be like Peter? Oh, forget about it. That was yesterday. That's me. It changed. You have to put it in your mind, right? And have the Lord, to be with you, to not negate your steps, to not negate you, to endure to the end. And like I said, there are going to be some brothers that are going to have to be imprisoned, right, in FEMA camps, that are have to be tortured, that they might lose their head. And that's just the lot that they have to serve. And they have to weigh the cost, that's what they have to pay to enter the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Verse 46, Rise and let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doeth betray me. So he's waking them up. And who's coming? Judas, right? Verse 47, And while he yet spoke, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves from the chief priests and elders of the people. And now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomever I shall kiss, that same is he. Told him fast. And forthwith he came to Yahushua and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. And Yahushua said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him. So these are the last hours of the Passover of the Lord, and we don't know if this is our last Passover here in Babylon, which is really spiritually Egypt, because our forefathers, the Passover was the last dinner before the angel of death passed. Okay, that was one of the last plagues, and we are here once again in slavery, in bondage, for the last time as the children of Israel, both kingdoms, as we were in Egypt. And again, we are spiritually in Egypt as we speak. So let me get that verse. Revelation 11:8, And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. There also our Lord was crucified, right? Because how was our Lord crucified? They made him look like Charles Manson. They made him look like so-called white man, this Edomite, Caesar Borgia, right? And our dead bodies were laid out spiritually dead, as it is in Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones, but physically also. Because our people are shot in the streets, killed on the streets, and our dead bodies are here as well. So it is spiritual, but it's also physical as we speak. Just so you know, look at your dollar bill and you're going to see a pyramid that we are serving slavery in spiritual Egypt, which is Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? This is a mystery Babylon for most of you that are just getting into this truth. Mystery Babylon, which is the Edomites, their last kingdom before their fall of our kingdom. Because what is it? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of thereof. So call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Barakakadash, and he that have ears let him hear. Shalom.